The left stick, when you push it up or you push it down, it either goes straight up or straight down, landing or taking off. If you press it either way, going sideways, it rotates clockwise or counterclockwise. The right stick goes forward, backwards, so if you push it up, it's forward, and back, it's backwards.
Did it turn off? Did it turn off?
No, everything's fine. The left stick, if you go sideways, it goes lateral right or lateral left. So if I say turn, you're not using the right stick, you're using the left stick. If I say lateral, obviously, sideways, you're using that. Now, normally, you would probably put it down on a surface, but you'd also probably bring a flat surface with you so that you don't have to worry about debris, but we don't do that. What we do is right here, let me see, right here, you see that up arrow? If you press that, this comes up. And if you put your finger in there and hold it down, this blue or greenish line will go all the way around. And when it goes all the way around, when it gets to the other side, the propellers will start. Now, normally what you do is in one hand you have the controller, the other hand you have this. And so you do that click, and as soon as the propellers start to go around, you'll feel them start to lift off. And then you just let go because it'll take off. All right, so I'm gonna hold it for you the first time. And when you land, you do the same thing. Okay, let's go out to the front of the field. Let's go forward. Go forward. Come on out. And when you're doing this, you try to always be smooth. But you can't use the footage if you're recording if it's jerky. So the idea is just whatever you do, make it smooth. Let's go out to the center. Okay, what is that on? Is that on S, N, or what? What letter? P. Click it so it gets on C. Good? Okay. Let's go straight up until I tell you to stop. Now, as you're doing this, you have to be looking at that and looking at this because you want to have a good picture. So as you're going up, if that camera is not pointed where you want it to be pointed, right here, where your left finger is, right, this little thing here, that will rotate the camera up or down so you can get positioned so you're getting good video. Okay, let's go forward. Keep in mind, as you're doing this, here's what you do. Stop for a second. Okay, you see there are trees. I think we're higher than the trees, but usually you have a visual observer. That's me, which means that if you go anywhere close to the trees, I'll tell you to stop. But right now, I think you're high enough that you'll be over the trees. And so the idea is that you're looking at that to make sure you don't go into a tree, but you're looking at this to make sure that you have good footage. So that right now, that's not good footage. You got so much sky and you need to compose it. So I would probably do something like that, and that makes it a little nicer. Or if you wanted just to see ground, you could do that, okay? But it's your choice since you're the one behind those controls. Okay, so let's see if we can fly over those trees. Go ahead. Okay, don't worry about looking up right now. I'll take care of that. You just see if you can get me some good composition. If you have to adjust the camera, you adjust the camera. But Looks like it's pretty good. Keep going. Now supposedly there's a limit on how far you can go with this thing.
I think that's as far.
Did they say it?
It just won't move.
Oh, it won't move. All right, let's go lateral left. Should have gone further than that. Stop. And let's rotate clockwise. Okay, going forward. Okay, let's try something here. Let's bring it straight down. Okay, right there. Let's go forward and keep the camera on us. Don't need to have it centered. Okay, bring it down more. Keep going. Hold on, come down. Okay, stop right there. Are we centered in the middle? More or less?
Yeah.
Okay, so now there's something, it doesn't always work, depends on a lot of things, but click on that little thing and it brings up function unavailable. Okay, so I guess we'll do it the hard way. We'll do it manually. It's saying it can't find a good GPS in this area. All right, so here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna have to use kind of, well, you're only gonna use one stick this time, but you're only gonna use one stick, but you're also gonna be using this gimbal to make sure that we are in the center all the time. So the idea is you're gonna go straight up with the drone, but you keep us in the center all the time. So go ahead.
So I have to use the camera.
You will, because when you start going up, I'm sure that whatever it sees, it's gonna see over here, over there. It's not. Go as high as you can. How are we?
In the center.
Okay, good. Okay, so let's bring it down, and then we're going to try one more thing, doing this something similar. So kind of bring it down to this. down to near the eye level. Okay, so get us in the center. Put it up a little higher. Right there. Okay, get us kind of in the center. This is a little more difficult, but it's a nice move. It's called the droney. So what happens is you're going to be going back, but at the same time you're going back, you'll be going in an incline. So it should look kind of like this until you get to whatever the height it is. So that just, all that means is, well, kind of two things. You're using the left stick to go back, using the right stick to go back, the left stick to go up. And you may have to like fool with the gimbal as well. Okay, so let's rotate it a little bit first. Other counterclockwise. Good. All right. Okay. If we're not center, just go lateral or whatever. I just wanted to kind of aim into that blue. That looks good. Okay. Let's see if it works. There we go. That's nice. Yep. I wanted to be able to go above those trees, so start rising a little more as you go. Yeah, that's good. In the center more or less, right? That looks good. Okay. So you can bring it back. We're going to try another one. That's usually pretty hard to do. Looks like you got it down without a problem. So let's step out into the center. Bring it down so it's kind of, close. Kind of like it was when we started this thing. Do you see the battery time on the right? How much battery we have left?
It's at 42%.
82?
41.
Oh, all right. Okay, about right there. All right, so we're kind of in the center, right? All right. So this one, normally you would have, if that automatic function was working, you could hook that up and it would do a circle. All right. This one's a little bit more difficult than the one you just did. So as you are going either right or left, you also need to be, let's see, how do we do it? Okay, so you're using both sticks. So let's say if you were going to be going right. So you got your stick going lateral right, but you also have the left stick, which is turning it so that we're always in the center. Now this one, you watch, well, however you want it. You watch that to make sure you're doing that right, and I'll watch to make sure it doesn't go too wide. stop it right there. If we're in the center, let's just ascend it a little bit. Keep going. Right there, right there. Okay, so what we're gonna do is as we walk in the direction of the drone, you're gonna be flying the drone over our head. Should be fine. If you wanna point, I don't know, if you wanna point the camera down a little bit, doesn't make any difference. You could actually, if you wanted to, you don't wanna go that high. I want it to be lower. Yep, there we go. You have a choice. You could leave the camera the way it is and we walk through it. The other is, as we walk through it, if you wanted to point the camera down as we pass through and then point the camera back up when we're finished, you could do that too. Anyway, so let's start walking if you're ready.
So I'm not moving it?
No, you're moving the drone. You're going forward. It's gonna go over our head. But as it's going over our head, we're gonna be walking that way. All right, ready? Okay, let's go back because we didn't move. Okay, start it moving and then we'll start walking when it starts moving. Okay. Now, keep it going forward keep it going forward. And what you're gonna do is do a gradual turn and come back. You didn't hear it say that? Oh, shoot. Didn't want to do this. Yeah. Okay. It didn't say returning to home. If that happens again, it has a little red X over there. Hit the X. Normally, where did we take off from? Under the tree? Bad move. Okay. You take off from here because see what that's gonna do.
Why does it go up?
It had the home point. So it automatically, if it's too low a battery or it says we're going home, and usually it says we're going home, it will go up for the amount of like, yep, go ahead, just about down, no, hand up like this, and you're not gonna, oh no. Let me do it, I'll show you. I mean, well, see, you have to be right in the spot and you have to let it land and you can't move until it turns off. All right, go. You're not in the center, Okay. Okay, ready? You can't move your hand. Well, you also, no. Okay. This is where you grab it right here. The same way, in other words, you put your hand under. Say we were gonna do just now.
Walking is coming forward.
Oh, okay, here, it is.
Isn't the battery low?
Yeah, I gotta put another battery in. Here, it is. Okay, so what I was saying is that the drone, when it's low battery or returning home, it goes up 200 feet. It goes over to wherever the home point was and goes straight down, which means it would have gone straight down to one of those trees. And you don't want that. So you need to hit that little X real quick. So now, if
You
were
said
flying
it
this,
goes up 200 feet and then goes back to the
it
home
goes 200
point.
feet and then it goes over wherever the point is that wherever you launched from, and it goes straight down.
Oh.
Okay, so here, take this. All right, so the cavity is in the back. Just take the cavity, open that from the top. Yep. Pull it straight out. Now you have to turn the drone on again. Okay, sounds good. And make sure that when you do this, hold it above your head. You have to hold your finger on that. All right. Okay, let's go forward. Okay, let's go up a little higher. Just a skosh higher. That's good. Okay, so what's going to happen is we're going to walk through like we did before. Do whatever you want to do with the camera. And when it gets on the other side of us, obviously we'll be turned around already. Then kind of turn it around and have it come and shoot over our head again. So whenever you're ready, start that and then we'll start walking. Started turning, and then you're going to roll it right over our heads. No, you don't have to turn around. Keep walking this way. As soon as it, keep turning. Good, okay, forward. You could have kept going. Yeah, keep going. Actually, it would have been nice if you had continued straight. You weren't going to hit the tree, and it would have been, well, now you're going to hit the tree. To the left. To the left.
I can see.
No, don't turn it. Just go lateral left. So rotate it counterclockwise.
I wanted to see the tree.
Oh, okay. Well, then do this. Lower it down so it's like 4 feet off the ground, and then go straight up. That's a nice look. Okay, right there. Now, as you go up, you can start tilting that camera down a little bit because you don't want to see nothing but sky. You want to be able to see everything that's here. So your judgment call on how past that top, start looking at the camera. Okay, go. You can go faster than that. Right now, that's on C. I think it's on, is it still on C? Yeah. C just means they call it cinematic, which means it goes slow by nature. So even if you push the throttle even more, it's still going to be very slow when you take a look at the actual footage. So let's do one more. Let's bring it down to about 3 feet. That's cool. Okay, so this one, we're gonna walk into the direction of that, but obviously as we get closer, you're gonna go to the right and I'll go to the left.
Don't move it then.
Oh no, it stays right where it is. I mean, we could, but that'll be for, actually you could. It's not gonna, as long as we're looking at it, we're gonna not have any kind of an issue. Yeah, you can move it slightly. You could go forward with it as we pass. Okay, so next time, let's do it one more time. Let's have it going forward before we even start. And don't have it stop. Give it like 10 seconds after it passes us before you actually stop it. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let it keep on going, keep on going, keep on going, and then go straight up above the trees. That's nice. Can you see the cords from here?
A little bit, but the trees are blocking.
Oh, the trees are blocking it, really? Can you go higher?
Oh, okay. I turned it. I could see a bit of it.
All right, let's go. How much battery life do you have left?
It says 59. You can't go any higher.
Okay, so let's go forward. Go as far as you want.
So as far as it'll go.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. I got those other things on this. Wasn't it can go further? It's ridiculous.
Is it gonna hit the tree?
No, but stop. Thing you have to always, the rule is line of sight. So if it goes, right now, if it goes any further, I won't be able to see it, and that's a chancy thing. So I would just fly it back this way. But it is above the trees. It's not going to hit the tree. That looks good. Yeah. Let's speed that one up. You got plenty of room up there. You can actually go full throttle on this. Yep. Nice.
It's not coming down.
Hmm? Oh, you were bringing it down? Okay.
Oh.
Go past me. Go. While you're up there, why don't you just do a 360? thing I like to do is, okay, so you can see there's at least 2 birds right over there. Actually, there's birds kind of floating all over the place. I like flying right over their heads. Well, they don't know. But the other thing that I like doing is getting close to the ground, like here, and pointing it either, well, actually kind of like at a 45-degree angle, and just go straight, because that whole thing of motion of seeing the grass as it goes up. Ooh, ooh. You just automatically did that?
I think that maybe I went too low.
Okay, that's cool too. But it should have said something.
There's a squirrel.
All right, so what is this? Let me see here. There's 2 on the battery, so let me, and on this one, it's 2, so it's enough to do one more. So